right. Welcome to Raising Funds for World Domination, day number 291. So, for today's update, even though today is a weekday, as before, there's still no update on the anticipated appeal of the win that we got at the tenant board. So I guess it's been almost 4 months now since the landlord apparently most likely filed an appeal, but I still don't have any case number. And there is still no communication from the higher court. As for the Shopify store, there is still one additional new sponsored block type available for purchase. Get that before it's gone. Moriari I6U says, "Hi Robert, how's it going?" The mayor of air conditioning says, "Good luck, Robert." Thank you. Okay, so we will continue with work on the terminal block mining simulation game tonight. So last night, I think I got to the point of getting the connection frame working. Okay, so I guess I re-enabled that. Okay, so I should be able to comment these out. Oh yeah, and when I tested it last night, so the way it works now to connect to a world, I have to create the world connection and then the authorized world connection. So at the end of last stream, okay, so world connection, presumably that worked, although I can't see it, so I need to update this to list the world connections. Aeroportu says, what is that, a helicopter? Or a fish? I can't tell. I think it's a helicopter. A golden helicopter? So we need a way to make a list of these. Why are super old people ruling the world? I guess the main thing is as you get older, you have more time to like meet more people and get more wealth. So when you're young, nobody knows who you are. And you're competing with all these old people that know everybody. No entry list. Now, will this work? It does work. What do you think about project or product management in the context of software? What do I think about project or product management in the context of software? It's important. I don't know, I need a more specific question. Gino Danny says, hello there. How's it going? Thinking about it as a switch from software engineering. I think for a software engineer, that's a natural career progression. I would say it's there are specific people. There's certain types of software engineers. Like there are definitely certain people who are software devs who would not make good product managers, but would make very good software developers. And there's, to some degree the other way too. But I think if you're a decent product manager, you probably, if you're good at both, that would be, I think, the sweet spot where you can I would say you would probably not like it and not excel in the role if you're someone who needs very specific requirements. Like if you during school, if people ask you to do assignments, and you're all if you're very uncomfortable with ambiguity, because at the product manager, product development level, the people customers will ask you for specifications. They might ask you for specifications that are impossible or overly ambitious, and it's going to be your job to figure that out. And there's some software devs that would just, they would not have the communication skills and theory of mind to talk to the customer and talk them out of their contradictory requirements. I'm great of class tomorrow. Nice. Are we in the Linux year finally? I think we're getting there. Although I think the world is changing. More people use mobile phones now. By the time we get to the year of Linux, people might not use desktop computers anymore. I use Debian for lesbian. I don't know what that statement means. Like to do a career in consulting, but having trouble reaching the level of competence in software engineering to handle all types of questions. Honestly, my experience taught me that, like with most of the contracts, the level of expertise I had was higher than necessary to do the work. It helped to have a lot of experience writing software development, but honestly, depending on if you're a technologically inclined person, but you also will I'm not sure what you're like in person, but if you have social skills and stuff like that, in the wild, the companies that are successful are in the consulting companies that endure are ones where the founders, the people making the sales and getting all the business and the money, have zero competence in any kind of software development. So in a way, having competence, being good at the thing is probably a liability, and then they just hire totally this, people in some of these companies, they'll hire the wrong type of software developer and then get angry at them when they don't know. They'll hire an embedded systems person and tell them to do web development, and they just get angry at them when they don't know how to do it. And then because they went to high school with a person who now works in government and they have contracts with them, they can call them up and get contracts. That's how the stuff is, how the sales are made. So it's the most important thing is getting sales, because the supply of people that can write software is massive, but the work is very limited. There are government requests for proposals and stuff like that. I looked into some of those, but some of them, it's I think success in that area would involve will require like knowing how to navigate all that stuff. Anthony Vio. Hi, Robert. Hope you are well. I am. Thank you. I hope you are well as well. Everything is possible with enough money. Yeah, if you have the money and the networks and stuff, you can get. Or if you're born into money, if you're born into a rich family, then you just kind of like already have connections to the people in government. That's kind of concerning trend, is that an increasing share, like if you just look at the economy from a top-down perspective, the private sector economy is like slowly disappearing because the percent share of GDP is increasingly coming from government. So pretty soon we're all going to have to work for the government because there will be literally no other economy. Money. Yep, money is important. Yep, stock market go up. You gotta buy a stock and then have it go up. What do you think about software engineering in space sector, like GPS and satellite navigation? It's an interesting niche, but I think that would be, if you wrote software like that, you'd be writing it for the government. I think these even if you have GPS navigation ships that are precise enough, they're like under export control. So all that stuff, any kind of all the sectors, that one is probably one of the most controlled. Interesting, but you'd have a small list of customers. You probably just have to like work for someone else to do that stuff. Not an evergreen field. Depends. Like, I would assume it's always possible to just apply to work at, like, there's probably like certain, military contractors and stuff. So you could probably just apply and be like a regular 9-to-5 dev for those companies. To do it on your own. I don't even know how you'd like get contracts with the military to do stuff. You'd probably have to go work at one of those companies for 30 years or something, and then when you retire, then you can start a company and you know how to navigate, you know all the people to call and stuff. I've heard the best way to improve your social status is to marry someone who has a higher social status than you. Yes, I agree. That's a good strategy. And that challenge is to find that person and convince them. Robert, what are you building and programming currently? I am continuing work on the terminal block mining game, which I can demo in a moment. Currently, I'm working on a dialog menu to support, to add client support for creating new connections, new block world connections at runtime. So I have like another kind of proof of concept multiplayer client that works over WebSockets, and I that had been kind of off to the side. I maintained it working, and I'm in the process of merging that in, so that instead of having a single player client and a multiplayer client, they'll just be the client, and then you can create at runtime. Either you can connect to a new single player world or a multiplayer world, and you can also connect to multiple worlds at once. That'll be the eventual implementation. Still trying to build a nest egg. Went through a rough patch during and after the holiday. Lost a lot of motivation. Oh, with the trading strategy. Yeah, the market has been pretty wild lately. I don't know. I think there's bound to be lots of more volatility soon. There's going to be fortunes made and lost in the near future. Trading's fine. Family was a rough patch. Oh, that's too bad. Oh yeah, you asked about the game. Let's see if this compiles. Oh yeah, that's actually so I changed it so it doesn't actually connect to the world yet. So you're gonna have to go. This is just for testing for now. Open world connection menu, and then I also need to add feedback to this so you don't see anything. So I press submit. I think it's probably connected. So I can go close, open authorized world connection. And actually, there's a couple things that have to be fixed there. But yeah, this will, right now I'm adding, this needs to be able to show you what world connections exist. And then I'll just make it simple, say like, put the number, specify the number of the world connection. Interesting. It would have been better life if I just marry a 50-year-old rich divorced woman than spending 3 years doing an associate's degree. Yeah, the structure of society now is messed up. Thinking about building a new PC. It's part of a mental reset. Yeah, I guess it's a new PC is a fresh start if you can afford it. If you can afford the RAM, because RAM is expensive. Oh, there's no close on this. I should add that. Okay, that's better. All right, there it is. I just need to move it under this title. Do you guys have relationship? Do you guys would have a relationship, either just friends or partner, just for mutual interests, no emotional support or connection, just pure for benefits, like arranged marriages in the past? Do you guys would have? I have never had an arranged marriage in the past. That would be pretty convenient if there was just some service or something that, if the government created a dating app and it was actually good and it wasn't full of Russian bots and stuff, and there would only be one choice. It would just be we hired the world's top researchers to find literally the best person for you, and then everyone was happy with the government's choice. That would be pretty good. Then you wouldn't have to get roommates with random people from Craigslist. And that's basically what I want. maybe a Tinder. You have to be interviewed by a psychologist. He's the one who makes your profile. In theory, if it was I don't know, the field of psychology is also there's a unfortunately large number of people who are crazy, who think like, I wonder why I'm so crazy. I know, I'll become a psychologist. And I think that the field of psychology used to be a bit more scientific, but there's a lot of I don't know, it's a difficult problem to solve. Okay, looks good. The human mind is complex, especially with complex disorders. Yep. You got that right. You know, there's debate on whether some really exist or not. It seems like there's trends. Like certain mental illnesses are fashionable for a little while, and then everyone will have those mental illnesses, and then they're not fashionable anymore, and people move on to new mental illnesses. keep thinking I should try doing a water-cooled PC, which I've not done. Yeah, I'm not sure. They seem to be well, I don't know. Everything I know about them, I know from like some Linus Tech Tips videos. I'm waiting for a bullish government trend, but with real arguments. The bullish government trend. Yeah, we might get that eventually. Probably won't be for a while though. Air cooled's the way to go. Tried water cooled with the first PC. Might have done it wrong because it did not help at all. Yeah, the I don't know. There might be some like limit of physics where it's kind of you're already close to the limit of how fast you can pull heat away. Because I think modern CPUs and GPUs really push the limit, and like you have to, that it's like within the first millimeter of the die you have to get as much heat away as fast as possible. And even if you have good water cooling, it doesn't wick it away as fast. Have to sleep. Have a good night. Okay, that's probably close. Now let's just try to run it. How do you come up with projects like this to code? I guess they're just ideas that floated around in my head for years, and then eventually I'm like, I should pursue this. I guess the main reason I decided to pursue this. I decided this made sense as like an outgrowth of. So I started the software consulting business, and I had to get revenue. So I said, okay, I'll start writing. My expertise is writing software. I'll write software for clients. Got some clients, did some basic contracts. Thought eventually I could get lots of contracts and then hire people to do projects and scale things from there. And then I found out that basically every business is really unstable and unreliable. So I figured, you know what, I should, if I'm so good at writing software, why don't I just write my own software? I guess after many years of people not paying and inconsistent work. But the problem was, my original plan was like build up lots of cash flow, get lots of connections and stuff, get momentum going, and then use that to reinvest in maybe a SaaS product or something. Although it seems kind of like, especially with AI, it seems like the SaaS model of startups is completely dead. But I decided it makes sense. A video game is a kind of decent basis to go in a lot of different directions. Like if I wrote, say, like an enterprise-y business, like SaaS customer sales or something, the number of distinct potential customers is much smaller. So you're way more boxed in terms of where you can get revenue. And also the dollar amounts are bigger, so that the iteration speed. That was another thing I didn't really realize early on in business. Is you have to think about how the speed of iteration. So if you're doing like B2B relationships, it might take you 6 months to get a relationship, but that relationship might be worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the other side of that is if you do something wrong, it's going to potentially take you years to figure out and fix your business model. But if you do like smaller dollar amounts on a recurring basis, it didn't work. Unknown button. Smaller dollar amounts. You can get more information faster. Like every time I get a super chat and someone says, "Hey, I like your thing you're doing," then I'm getting feedback and I'm getting revenue in the process of that. And also, since it also ties in with everything else I've been doing, which I started writing content and blog posts and videos about terminal applications and stuff. And then there's also carving out a unique niche in the field of terminal-based video games, which I think is I think it's a good basis to have, because if you have a very good and functional terminal-based video game, if it works in the terminal, the difficulty of porting it to work to be like a non-terminal game, to be like an actual 3D graphics accelerated game, it's easier to go in that direction than to go in the other direction. So if you start off with like a 3D graphics accelerated thing and then try to convert that into terminal, it's going to be a lot more difficult, if not impossible. So yeah, kind of a convergence of many reasons. Okay, we have one world connection open. Okay, it didn't crash. Oh, it's not supposed to do that. to pick specific language per project, or just pick the one you're most familiar with? For this one, I picked Java because I'm relatively familiar with that. I think the other competitors would be Go. If I knew the language Go, then I might use that. And then maybe Rust might be another competitor, but then again, I don't know. I think I have a good feeling about Java. I think it seems like more people. If I ever wanted to hire a developer, there's more people who are familiar with Java, I think. But Rust, I don't know anything about Rust. Game dev is best. Yeah. I mean, it's also, we're going toward a world where nobody can own houses, so everyone has to just stay inside and play video games all day. So that's another potential reason. Sonic 9531 says, "Howdy doody. Wishing you a good evening from Florida. Hope you're staying warm up there." Yeah, it has been cold recently. Made your request for world domination. Yeah, it was filming those videos outside was very, very cold in the hands. And watching back one of my videos, I thought you might not be able to tell, but you can kind of tell how I had my fist balled up in my glove because my hands were so cold. So the least one, send it to my sister. That's good. If it's good enough to send to someone else, then it'd be nice if I get another. I need another 1 million view video to bring in some revenue. Interesting. Disconnect. Why is it disconnecting? Shut down. Oh, player position is null. Here it really gets below freezing. Actually go down to almost 20 Fahrenheit. Not sure what that is. Is in Canadian units. Yeah, I forget how to convert. Hopefully those bits ease your financial situation. Do try to like and share. Thank you. Shoseki says, "Evening. How's it going?" Actually, I was just about to maybe call it a night for tonight. So I think I've actually gotten it working with creating a world connection at runtime. But there's something I think this is the key down here. Player position is null. Alright, I guess I'll have to look at that next stream. But it's making progress slowly. Very well, good sir. Have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow night for day 292. Later.